Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about Python strings. A string is a sequence of characters inside quotes. In Python, strings are immutable, meaning once created, they cannot be changed. First, let's see how we can create a string. A string is created by using single or double quotes. You can also create a multi-line string with triple quotes. Multi-line strings allow you to create strings over multiple lines. Here we have three strings with a single quote, double quote, and triple quote. As you can see, the multi-line string spans over a new line. When you are creating strings, escape characters give you a special behavior to the string. You can use /n for a new line or /t for a tab. Make sure to check the official Python documentation for more escape characters. As you can see from the output, the escape characters gave our string a new line and also indented part of the string. Sometimes when you're creating strings, you might want to use a slash in your string. For example, you might want to save a file path. If you were to use a normal string, you'll get an error. As you see, we run into an error. This is because the slash is a special character that tells Python to expect an escape character. You can create a raw string by using an R before the quotes to tell Python to treat everything inside the quotes as it is. And here we're using a raw string. If we were to run the program again, we'll get the string as it is. You can concatenate a string together by using the plus operator. This will combine two strings together. And you can also use the asterisk operator to repeat a string. Here we see string 1 and 2 has been concatenated, whereas text has been printed out 3 times. Since a string is a sequence of characters, you can actually treat them like a list, but remember, they are actually its own entity. So like a list, you can access the characters by the indexes. Python indexing starts at 0, and you can use negative indexing to start from the end of the string. Here we printed out the first character of the string and the last character of the string. Strings are immutable, meaning you cannot change the characters in a string after it's been created. If you try to change the character in a string, you run into an error. Here, the program is telling us that the string object does not support item assignment. You can extract a substring using slicing. Just like a list, you use the square bracket notation and have to declare the start, stop, or step in your slice. Here are just some examples. In the first statement, we got the first character. In the second statement, we got the last character. In the third statement, we got a slice from index 2 to 4. The fourth statement, we got the characters starting from index 2. And finally, in the last statement, we got everything after the third index. You can use the in or not in keywords to check whether a substring is part of a string, and it will return a true or false. Python provides many built-in string methods to manipulate strings. I wanted to go through the essential string methods you'll likely be using. The first one is case manipulation. You can use the upper or lower methods to convert a string to uppercase or lowercase. You can also use capitalize to capitalize the first character of a string. Use the split method to split a string into a list based on a delimiter. You can also use the join method to join a list of strings into one single string. And you can declare a character to be a joining character. Here, we split the string apple, banana, cherry into a list using the comma as a delimiter. And the second statement, we join Python programming into one string using the hyphen as a joining character. Use the find method to return the index of the first occurrence of your substring. And the replace method is used to replace the substring with your new string. The first statement, we're trying to find world, and then we return 6 because the substring world starts at index 6. Second, we are replacing the substring world with everyone, and we're giving hello everyone. You can use the strip method to remove any leading or trailing spaces. Here we have a string that has both leading spaces and trailing spaces. We are going to first print the string by itself, and then we're going to print another statement where we stripped deleting spaces. As you can see, the white space has been stripped. You can use the isAlpha, isDigit, or isAlnum to check whether a string contains only alphabets, digits, or alphanumeric characters. Use the starts with or ends with method to check whether a string starts with or ends with a substring. And finally, the count method is used to count the occurrences of a substring. Moving on to string formatting. So Python provides ways to format your strings. You will often want more control over your strings than only having static values. The format method allows you to substitute a variable between the curly brackets. As you can see, variables name and age has been substituted in to the curly brackets within the string. The preferred method of string formatting will be using f-strings, where you begin a string with an f. In these strings, you can write a Python expression between the curly brackets, or you can refer to a variable. Finally, looping will be the last thing we talk about today. You can iterate over a string by using the for loop. Here we have a simple for loop to print out all the characters in the string. Thank you for watching this video on Python strings. There are still many features we missed about strings, so make sure to check out the Python documentation for more information. Like or subscribe if you appreciate these videos. This was a part of the Python Fundamentals series. Stay tuned for more videos in this series.